Welcome to Game Night tonight for another unboxing of this game, Clank, a deck building adventure. This game is awesome. It's a 2 to 4 player game, and as we know, a dungeon's lair always has the best loot because Dragon's Lair has the best loot because the dragons hoard all their treasures and everything. So the idea behind this game is you are going into a dragon's lair, trying to get deeper down into the dungeon to ultimately get the best loot and get out before that dragon wakes up and kills you. So as we all know, every game comes with the instructions on how to play, what's included, all the different cards, card types, different things like that, the types of loot you're going to be able to find. And the deeper you go into that dungeon, the better the loot. But it may also makes it harder to get out of that dungeon. So this is all the rules for that. There you go. And of course, they always have the other games that you can purchase or like online games that they have, things like that for extra stuff. So I'm going to throw that to the side. We've got here some punch-out tokens. Punch-out tokens that will go, these are different types of treasure and loot that you're going to find, coin values that you're going to be finding throughout, different things that will allow you to be more fleet-footed, quicker, have better attack, because there will be things you encounter in the dungeon as you go. So here is what I'm talking about. So this is the, let's set this up. So hopefully it's big enough. Okay, so there you go. You have the whole entire dungeon. So you start up here, up in the castle. When you're up in the castle, if the dragon awakes, he can't really get you because he usually stays down in here in the dungeon area. So if you cannot get out in time, you are in trouble. But huge board, it is double-sided. So you've got this side. I don't know if that's just for a certain number of players or not, but you flip it on the other side and you've got like kind of a different layout, different places, everything like that. But the more things that you do down in the dungeon as you're going and like things you have to face, and the more noise you're going to make essentially, which wakes up that dragon, and that dragon will come after you. So there's the game board for that. You've got all the different individual tokens. These are like little wooden tokens, right? So I don't really need to get out all of them, but just little cube wooden tokens here that represent your player's color. So as you make noise, those go into this dragon bag here. So this is your dragon bag. They all go in there, and then at times in the game, you're going to be drawing out those tokens at random, so you don't know who's going to be in trouble and like possibly awakening that dragon, right? And then of course you have the dragon right here. He'll move up the side of the board to let you know where he's at as far as coming after you all. But you got the 4 different main tokens, right? And for freshness, of course, you have this. Throw that away. But you have your 4 main players. You got green, blue, red, and yellow, and then you got black tokens, which kind of represent your dragon. So whenever he's drawn, that is when trouble is about to amount, and you have to get out of that dungeon quick, otherwise you dead. You're not going to get out with the treasures that you went in to accumulate. So I'm going to put that back in here. We're going to open up here. Like it says on the front, these are deck building games. So this is a deck building game. So you are going to be finding a lot of different cards that help your hand to get through this dungeon. So I'm going to be going through these cards kind of fast, but if you'd like, you can stop the video, pause it, see what these cards actually entail. But you have like a burgle. So you're going to be getting these. I can't remember if this is like attack points or like how much it costs or whatever, but you have stumble, so it adds 1 clank. So any kind of noise that you're making in the dungeon, that's going to be detrimental to you because you're going to be waking up that dragon. But you got all these different things. You got fleet-footed stuff, so it makes you a little bit faster. You can move a space. More burgle. I don't know why they didn't just put all these together. But then you have the stumbles, and then the side steps, scrambles, more burgles, burgle, more stumbles, sidestep, scramble, and then you have a goblin. So this is a monster that you have to defeat. You have to have 2 swords to be able to defeat him. Different creatures and monsters that you're going to encounter in, I'll just set it right back in here, that you're going to encounter in the game are going to be more difficult, more challenging, but you ultimately have to beat them to get past a certain point. Otherwise, you can't go deeper in the dungeon to get the treasures, that loot that you really want, because it gets you the best victory points. Then you get like, you're acquiring 2 clank for this sapphire, but you get 4 points for it. You got the sapphire, mercenaries. So different guys he's a companion. He helps to fight off the guys that you're going to encounter. So you got tons of mercenaries here, lots of them. Ooh, a ton of them. I didn't realize there was that many. Explore, so that allows you to move a little bit faster. So you get the foot motion, which will allow you to go deeper into that dungeon. I mean, you can hang up in the castle because nothing else happens up there, but the loot up there is not great. And you can only carry, I believe, like 1 or 2 loot or something like that. I believe it's maybe 1. But you got a secret tome that's going to happen here. Get you 7 victory points. But all those secret tomes, it looks like there. And then more burgles, of course. So there you go. So that's that deck. We've got 2 more decks here to hit up. But this game is a lot of fun. Like, I played it a couple of times a while back. But when I played it, I was just getting into deck building games, and it is just a lot of fun. So you have the Duke as a companion, you have the Mountain King as a companion, Queen of Hearts, you got a Tunnel Guide, a couple of those, Wizard, you got Brilliance, Dead Run. So all these cards you're going to be purchasing, I believe, throughout the game, if I remember correctly, and that will help build your personal hand and deck so that you can get deeper into the dungeon. You can defeat the monsters you want to get to the best loot that you possibly can without waking that dragon. You're going to search, sleight of hand, you got tattle. I don't know. I just love deck building games in general, so this is another favorite of mine. Clank has a lot of different variations as well. There's like Clank in Space. There's Clank, the Egyptian tomb or something, like a tomb or something. But there's all sorts of different versions of Clank and expansions to it. So it is a fun game. A lot of people have enjoyed it, hence the expansions, making it a lot more fun. There's different places you're going. You're waking different monsters, not just the dragon. You can be waking the mummy, whatever it is. But you're trying to get out of this dungeon alive, unscathed, and with the best treasure. And if you can do that, then you will win the game. You get the gems, the emeralds, the sapphires, all those different things. So as you accumulate these cards, you will be a formidable foe to that dragon / to your other opponents to be able to beat them out with the most victory points. All right, we've got an animated door. These are all the monsters, it looks like. Got cave trolls, a kobold, got a few of those, an ogre, not too bright, it looks like. An orc grunt, orc grunts with a bucket helmet, nice. An overlord, got a few of those. A belcher, you don't want to run into those guys, belching. Crystal golem, looks pretty beastly. You got a watcher. It's like we're not just in Dragon World. It looks like we have aliens and stuff. So you have a dragon shrine. It's a device. And you got a couple of those. A ladder allows you to move up quicker. Device, another shrine. A few of those. Got a teleporter. A couple of those. The vault. More companions. Archaeologist. He's going to help you get the stuff. An invoker of the ancients. Companion. A cleric of the sun. A couple of those. Dwarven peddler. You've got the kobold merchant, master burglar. You got the apothecary, gem collector, Mr. Whiskers. I love that he's there. Monkeybot 3000. So the other 2 models probably didn't make it, but it's up to 3000. All right, we got the rebel miner, rebel scout, rebel soldier. So tons of companions that are going to help you through your quest into the depths of this dungeon to face the wrath of that dragon throughout. But you got the different dividers here. It looks like you can build your decks. You're going to have like the different starter decks, because I know that you start with Burgle and like all that stuff for your starting hand, and then you build up from there. But you got all these little dividing separators and everything, which is great. You got your board, and of course we got our tokens and our instructions, and that is everything that comes in this game, Clank, the Deck Building Adventure. Again, this is a very fun game. It's pretty quick. It goes between 30 and 60 minutes. It says about 13 years of age and older, but honestly, if you can get any kind of kid that can read really well and understands the strategy and everything, it's a fun game. It's pretty easy to do, but it's kind of It builds because that dragon's going to be coming up at any time, and you just got to get out as quick as you can, but you have to fight all the monsters on the way and everything. So it's a fun game, a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a fun deck building game to play, quick, or quicker, I guess 30 to 60 minutes, it is one to pick up. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this unboxing of Clank, a deck building adventure. If you like the video or other videos that you've seen, please hit subscribe and check us out next time on the next unboxing, game playthrough, how-to videos, what have you. But we will catch you next time on Game Night Tonight.